What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one. It's been a while. Been crazy busy around here doing stuff, but either way, thinking about getting going on this boat project. Got quite a few plans for it up here in the front. I think I'm gonna deck this, put some storage compartments in. I already marked out that seat where I'm hoping to make a little latch. Not sure if I'm going to frame that up with aluminum stock yet, or just go the cheap redneck route and just frame it up with 2x. I don't know. I'm still debating on that. But then back here, I'd like to build kind of a side compartment there, throw some duck guns or fishing rods or something in. Gonna try to make this kind of a duck hunting slash fishing boat, I guess, river beater. Same thing on the back seat here. Got it marked out. I'm gonna make a little access hole down there, just some extra storage. Got to put the new piece in there for the transom. That's all rotted and nasty, as you can see. But yeah, should be a fun little project. I just ordered a bunch of stuff off Amazon. Front light bar and interior lights and switch plates and some carpeting and all kinds of stuff. But the first step, obviously, is we gotta get all the crap cleaned out of it and figure out if I'm just gonna paint this floor or if I'm gonna put a little deck in there too. But either way, gotta get going on it, I guess. Well, unfortunately, until my stuff gets here, there's not a whole lot I can do. So I think I'm just going to start trying to kind of prep some templates and stuff. Like I said, I want to build kind of a box here with a door on it on the top. Duck season, put your guns in there, keep them from bouncing all over. Summertime, put some rods in there. I'm going to cut a couple holes in this seat bottom here with some tubes to slide those through. But right now I just want to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here as far as angles and stuff. So I think we'll just start, and with these boats, with all the angles and stuff, there's always going to be fine tuning. But I think what we'll do is we'll just start with 6. So go 6 down here. It's going to be 9 inches tall. That gives you your two angle points, roughly. Your best friend on a project like this is going to be cardboard. Get your templates all made and stuff. Looks like we need to take a little bit more off there. I'm not worried about scoring that seat up because that's going to get cut out anyway. Yeah, that should work good. For me. little brain part there. Looks like we could trim a little more off the top, but other than that, you know, that would give you, that'd give you some nice cutout templates for your pieces, whether it's wood or aluminum or whatever we decide to use here. But yeah. I am going to put foam in the bottom of this here before we put our floor in it and then our deck over it. And I've got some 2-inch foam out there left over from a job, but it'd be quite tall. Wouldn't really hurt anything. But I may pick up, these ribs appear to be about 1 inch. So I may pick up some 1-inch foam. I'm not sure. The research I've done, they say you always want to use closed cell foam. That way, you know, the open cell foam can actually hold moisture and water over time, and then you just got a mess. So I'm thinking I may get some 1-inch closed cell foam. Stuff ain't cheap, but I don't know. We'll see. I might just use the 2-inch. It's all going to be covered up anyway, and it's just storage under here. So, because I think in that back seat, turn you around here. I think in this back seat, when I cut that access panel in there, I think that's where all my batteries and everything else is going to go. And then on the front part of that, I'm going to put my switch panel for my interior lights. I'm going to run across there, and the light bar in the front, and you know, fish finders and all that stuff, trolling motors up front. That's another thing too. I would like to put one of those foot pedal trolling motors up front here. I just looked those up. They're not cheap either. They're like $500 for the setup that I want, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to keep this build cheap, easy, but I also know what I want. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and doing a lot of research on them, and these Jon boats, you can actually turn them into pretty sweet little boats. But I bought it mainly for duck hunting, but it would be cool to kind of have it as a river beater, or even if you wanted to go fish some docks or something. But yeah, stay tuned. kind of goes up a little bit. It's not a lot. It only goes from 32 to 31 and a half, so it's only 1/4 inch on each side. So I'm just gonna kind of cuff the sides off here a little bit. I'm not worried about it being real tight and everything because it's all gonna get covered anyway, but it'll serve the purpose. Perfect. Like I say, it's not perfectly tight, not perfectly measured, but it'll serve the purpose and everything's going to be covered anyway, so it doesn't much matter. That'll work good. Well, yesterday I got the boat out finally. It was warm enough to get the pressure washer out and get it cleaned up. Got the bottom all painted up here. Took quite a while for it to dry, so had to wait till the day, but it's dry now. Came out nice. But yeah, got a family get together today, and then I think when I get back we're gonna flip this over and finish painting the sides and whatever and get to work on it. I got, let's see, what did I do? Oh, most of it's right here. I got all kinds of stuff finally in the mail. That's the little caddy, just for something to throw your phone in or your drink in or whatever. Got some LED strip lights for the inside, green. This is pretty cool. I see a lot of people using them. This is a switch panel. It's got two USB ports in it, a voltage meter, and like a cigarette lighter type output. Bunch of switches here. I see a lot of people are going, they're actually redoing this. They're like, these are all piggybacked here, and they are like cutting them and running them directly to a bus bar with a fuse in it. So I think that's the route I'm gonna go. Put everything to a bus bar and then a disconnect switch. So gotta look into that a little more, but probably gonna go that route. Got a bunch of shrink tubing for the wiring. Show you that in a minute. I got one of these onboard hardwired battery chargers, maintainer, whatever. And then that will plug into this, which flush mounts to like the bottom of your seat or something, like your gun box or whatever. Charger plugs into the back, and then just pop that out, and you can plug a cord directly into it, which is gonna be really handy. That way, not having to have hatches open and all that. Got a couple of these style latches for some cubbies. Not sure how they're gonna work. I only bought 2 of them just to see. And then we got some bow and stern lights. But yeah, oh, then I got a light bar, LED light bar over there for the very front of it. So basically this order was pretty much the wiring and lights. I got to get a couple pod lights for the side. I think that'll be handy throwing decoys and stuff out. And then I got to get that bus bar and the disconnect. But howdy folks, welcome back to the boat project. Last night I got the light bar mounted on the front here. We got this one side painted. We ran a little short on the green, so the other side's gotta hold off for a minute. But right now, just working on some wiring and stuff. Got that light bar ran in here. I need to cut this panel out and then cut a hole for the switch panel to be mounted in there. I think putting the batteries and everything back here is going to be just too heavy with the motor and the batteries and where I sit and everything. So I think I'm going to try to put the batteries in here, run all my wiring to it. It's kind of halfway between, so it's kind of a decent meeting point, I guess you'll say. But yeah, just going to work on some wiring tonight. Maybe some interior paint, we'll see. I did pick up some plywood. I was going to try to do all aluminum decking, but it's just, price of aluminum right now is outrageous. So I did get some aluminum angle, some 1.5 by 1.5 and some 1 by 1 for the deck, you know, framing. I don't know if we're going to carpet it yet or just buy some of that waterproof foam flooring, whatever they call it, you can get on Amazon. But yeah, gonna work on cutting those holes out and get that mounted and continue on with the wiring. Alright, now we got that switch panel mounted. I bought this little plug adapter thing. I'm going to have an onboard charger, and all this is just a socket just to plug a regular cord into, obviously at home before you go on your trip. But what it does is it just mounts here, and your charger is hardwired to your batteries and plugs in, so you don't have to have panels open and all that stuff to charge your batteries. You basically you back the boat in the driveway, hook a cord to it overnight, and you know, that way in the morning you're good to go, fully charged. But they say to use a 2-inch hole saw for these, So we'll go ahead now and see if we can't get it mounted up here. I almost think I might put it over there. I might try to keep everything on that side because I'd like to put a rod locker and a gun locker in here someplace. So yeah, I think we'll mount it over on that side. Definitely got to keep in mind that when you cut into this stuff, it's going to be razor sharp. Now, just feed it in. Yep, that's a nice fit. Figure out where it's straight here. Looks pretty good. Put my little bit in again. Fasten that down. There. So basically, what I want to do bring that right back to there. I almost feel like some scissors would be a better idea. Is there scissors in the top drawer over there?
Yes, there is.
This might work. That lays across there. Not great, so we need to bring this in. Is that straight across there? Not good. Bring it forward a little bit. Okay, right there. So we need to bring that in about that much. Don't do all that.
That ain't dead, isn't it?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the boat build. Worked on it quite a bit last night on this deck. Sorry I didn't film any of it. Just kind of started working on it and never stopped. But yeah, we ended up getting it all cut out there with the hatches and everything, and then kind of a last minute decision, we decided to run downtown and get some carpet and hinges and everything else. But I got to come up with some sort of, latch, not latch, but a pull system or whatever to get those open easier. I think the carpet will leave them closed as far as traveling down the road and stuff. But this one turned out decent. Sticks up a little bit over here, which I don't really care for, but it'll be alright. This one here was actually the first one that we did, randomly enough, being in the middle, but this one turned out absolutely perfect. I'm more than happy with the way that one turned out. And then this one here, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but kind of a little bit of a gap there and kind of sticks up a bit, and I don't know. But either way, it turned out decent. It'll do everything we need it to. Let's see if I can get this open here. But I need to figure out, which I probably should have done before I did the deck. Of course, the deck isn't attached down yet, so I can always pull it back off. But I need to fill that in and the sides in just to keep things in there so they're not going all underneath there and everything. Same with that one. This one is actually in that seat, so we don't have to worry about that. And I think this is going to be our battery box anyway, so the only thing in there is going to be battery and electrical. But yeah, turned out decent. Got our LED light strip on there. I was hoping my roll would go all the way on both sides, and I thought in the description it said it was long enough to where it would, but it did not actually. So, but I gotta get those wires all hooked up and ran underneath back to the switches. Those are going to be on its own switch, just so if you're getting set up early in the morning or something, you can have some interior lights without lighting the whole lake up or something with the light bar. But yeah, gonna work on it a little bit here tonight and continue on, hopefully get it done soon. Just working on hooking these interior LED lights up. Little tiny wires. Pretty wild how small of a gauge of wire they can get away with on this stuff. But yeah, just hooking these up, and I bought this wire roll thing from Harbor Freight, and it was cheap. It was like $40 or something, but a lot of wire in it. It gets a little messy when you start doing them or whatever. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Oh yeah. And it's got everything from 10 gauge to 20, 18, 16, 12, 14, 18, 20, 22, zip cord, bell, speaker wire. But the thing that I've noticed is they don't send you any black. If you're trying to keep everything like red is power, black is ground, they don't send you any black. So the grounds that I've had to run, I've just ran with this blue, the blue wire, but which isn't a big deal. Just kind of weird how there's no black wire for grounds in there. But yeah, got to connect those to this, and then this wire I just fed all the way back to the switch plate. But this actually came with these lights, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, get these hooked up here and maybe get them hooked up and move on to the next thing, I guess. I'm gonna have to place another Amazon order. I'm running right through all these things that I bought. What the heck? Well, that's how my life goes. I was just talking this thing up, and now it's giving me all kinds of fits. You can hear that wind blowing outside. This stuff is nuts right now out there. But get these wires connected here, and then get them shrink tubed and waterproof. We'll be back with you shortly.